Hey you guys, what's up? Usually I talk about OKC Thunder, but since NBA season is over with for them, now I'm going to get on to the real stuff. And today I want to talk about MGTOW. And if you don't know what that stands for, it stands for men going their own way. Let's get into it. Okay, so right now it's 2019, but how I stumbled across MGTOW was I used to work for this store um, called Tom Thumb, and I used to be a night manager, so in order to pass time while I was working, I just had on my speakerphone. I'd listen to a bunch of videos and stuff like that. And one thing I found out is I cannot stand feminism. I can't, with all this whole Me Too movement and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. I just can't stand it. But the opposite of that was like this MGTOW. So when I was looking at it, I was like, okay, let me look into this and see what it's about. But fast forward into the future, which is today, it has turned into something similar to feminism to where it starts to be women bashing, the opposite of feminism, which is man bashing. So maybe it was innocently put in there from the beginning, but now it's just horrible. And what I want to say about it is this: the ones posting these videos about these women, certain women to stay away from, okay, good, fine and dandy. But what I'm noticing is these are divorced men, these are simps, and these are men who question their sexuality. So I'm like, okay, why are these type of people putting out the videos? First of all, to the married men, or should I say the men who were married and are now divorced, you have no business preying on some of these young fellows who need to be able to put their foot down on the earth, who are trying to make their imprint. Don't manipulate them into depriving them of a healthy relationship between male and female, because they're so young, impressionable, and they're still learning, and you have to eventually learn in order to gain wisdom anyway. So they have to be able to learn some things about male-female relationships. Second of all, some of you simps and you who are questioning your sexuality, you have to be able to take rejection. Rejection makes you stronger. Don't get me wrong, it sucks being rejected, but at the same time, that just makes you need to be able to step your game up, whether it be financially, spiritually, mentally, communicating with women. My thing is, I've already, I've already been able to communicate with women because I grew up around women all my life. So I never had that shyness going on, that funny shyness that women feel uncomfortable with. So I've been able to communicate what I need to communicate with women. Now, myself personally, I'm not in a relationship, and here's why: anxiety. If it wasn't for my anxiety, I would go out here and be the most outgoing person. But because I have anxiety, it kind of makes me take a step back, look at myself a lot more, observe the world in a different way now. And it contributed to several things, but that's neither here nor there. But you men who used to be married, don't do that. That's not fair. But what I am saying to you younger guys, you guys need to get out there and be who you're going to be. Don't let some people who have been hurt in the past by some of these women that they chose to be in a relationship with, don't let them manipulate what you're trying to do with your life. Be happy, be you, be successful, do what you need to do. Because at the end of the day, all you have is yourself. These people who are making these suggestions, things like that, they don't pay your bills, and it's just a very difficult situation that we're in today. And a lot of it has to do with, what's going on in the higher up world that's causing all of this. And maybe one day I'll get into it, but it's more to it than this subcategory, lower level of people like me who are talking about their experiences. But don't let this happen. You need to be able to have a healthy relationship with women. Second of all, the immediate the moment you immediately decide that you're going to stay away from women, two things will happen. Number one, you will find your purpose. Don't get me wrong. Women love this. A man who is living his purpose, doing what he's supposed to do. But the second thing is, if you wait too long, you're automatically killing yourself. Now, I'm not going to explain the whole process of procreating and things like that, but I will say you are literally killing yourself. The longer you go without having a woman and children, that's killing your legacy. So don't do that. Focus on right now building yourself up, what your purpose is, what your truth is, what the truth is, most importantly. And last thing but not least, don't let anybody manipulate you. Don't follow people. Observe. Have a radical mind and make a conscientious decision to be able to do what's best for you at that time being. And as long as you're living a good life and positive, that's all that matters. Nobody can judge you as long as you're doing that. So live your truth, find your purpose, and do what you gotta do. Quit following MGTOW, quit following anybody who automatically is in cahoots with this non-procreation type talk. So that's all I gotta say. Peace.